Yeah, I was happy. I was like, okay, but now I don't care if I spoke wrong. The next policy. That's hurt as much.
I'd like to call the meeting to order for the District of Chetwynd. Can I get the opening statement read, please?
As we gather today on the traditional territory of the Treaty 8 Nations to conduct the business of the District of Chetwynd, we do so knowing that we are privileged to serve the citizens of this community, and we shall endeavor to conduct our business in the best interests. Thank you.
Thank you. Prior to adoption of the agenda, is there any new business from council? Not hearing any. Adoption of the agenda.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Any errors or omissions? Oh, I guess so. Just a vote. Let's have a vote. All those in favor of adoption of the agenda? Carried. Minutes from the regular council meeting held on August 21st, 2023.
Motion received.
Second.
Is there any errors or omissions on minutes from August 21st? Not seeing any. All those in favor? And carried. Delegation. Sergeant Juanice Antonio Stevens, Chetwynd RCMP quarterly report. Welcome, Juanice.
Thank you. And again, thank you very much for having me back here again. I really do enjoy these. My heart rate goes up, but I still enjoy them. Just wanted to go over the quarterly report. We did enter into a new, everybody can hear me? Okay, we did enter into a new quarter as of April. We've got a couple new initiatives. However, most of them are still very similar, somewhat the same, just given the priorities. We'll just go over the first one here, which is enhanced road safety. I've got three different initiatives within the enhanced road safety. That's the impaired enforcement, distracted driving, and motor vehicle act violations. So I took, and I've given you a copy here. I do apologize. I'm actually back up for the member that's working right now, so you may hear a little bit of chatter. So I've given you the last year's information, what we ended up with, which is the first number there. You'll see 32-32. We're going to work towards getting at least the same numbers and hopefully more. So in the first quarter, we were able to obtain 5 impaired drivers off the road. And we'll work towards getting that a little bit higher throughout the next year as well. So those include not just your criminal code impaired driving, like your where you go to court and everything else, but it also includes your administrative driving prohibitions, which is what people would know of as possibly the 90-30, where you lose your driver's license for 90 days, you lose your vehicle for 30 days, right? And then that's where you get a bunch of other costlier things that have to happen to you, where you have an instrument you need to blow into. That's the administrative process. So that's what that includes. It also includes your 24-hour prohibitions, where they're legal to drive under the criminal code, but not under the provincial act, the motor vehicle act, where it's a little bit less of 0.50 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of blood, where the criminal code is 80 milligrams of alcohol per 100 milliliters of alcohol. So that's what that also includes. Distracted driving, we didn't get any this year. That being said, or this up to this date this year, that being said, we did just obtain a very powerful scope to see a little over a kilometer away. So this is to all those people that are listening on the road. We will be able to see you before you actually see us. So that's the hope. So fair warning, please keep your devices where they need to be, in the trunk, anywhere else. It includes fiddling with your radio, right? Fiddling with your coffee cup, that is distracted driving. Having a dog bouncing around in your car, that is distracted driving. Having kids bouncing around as well. And they may be in a car seat or may not be, or whatever it is. But if you're having to go and look behind you to try and stop them. That is something that is a pullover situation. So I just really want people to know that distracted driving is very serious. It has surpassed impaired driving for motor vehicle accidents and deaths. So big thing that we're going to be looking forward to is some initiatives that we're going to be doing here in the near future. Our Motor Vehicle Act violations, we're targeting, so last year we had 467 Motor Vehicle Act violations. This year we're going to target 480. So this quarter we have 83 tickets and notice and orders. And the notice and orders are your warnings, right? The members tend to give out quite a few warnings in this area. I think the residents can attest to that they've gotten lucky several times in not getting tickets, but a lot of verbiage as well of saying you should not be or you should be doing this. Second initiatives are reduced substance abuse. We are keeping the alcohol and drug seizures on. Last year we had 14 drug seizures. We're going to keep the 14 drug seizures because I feel there may be a decline because we can't seize drugs of a certain amount under a certain amount anymore. We will still, but with that, I've added in the park patrols. So we're going out into the parks, patrolling them, ensuring that people are safe, that are most vulnerable sectors that are also safe, but also the people who are using the parks that just want to use the park for having lunches at lunchtime, going for a stroll and everything else too. So we started off with 0 because it was not an initiative last year, and we're looking for 250 park patrols, documented park patrols. And that's not just a patrol where we just walk around. We do walk around, but we also engage in the people that are in the parks, talk to them, see how they're doing, see what they're up to. And just that friendly conversation with the RCMP of what can we do better for you as a community member as well. And we've done 55 of those already this year. That will probably decline a little bit during the winter months. But we'll also have school patrols going on at that time. And that will include, and again, we're starting from 0, going up to 100 school patrols out of all the schools that we have, which includes Peace Christian and our public schools as well. We're looking at doing more of a proactive approach to that, of going in and delivering presentations. We do have an issue with ATVing and our dirt bikes and everything else, trying to let them know where the law actually stands, because a lot of people don't actually know that you can't be driving your ATVs and your bikes and side-by-sides on a roadway without insurance, without a helmet. So all of these things we want to introduce to the children and to the young people to know where the law actually stands, to know where they're at. It also will help them to make choices for themselves. If they understand and know the laws, they can make choices for themselves. So that goes into that we'll be talking about here very shortly, going into the schools, introducing ourselves with Halloween coming up, stranger danger, safety on the streets, just a number of things. And we'll continue with that throughout the year. Our last initiative is our community communication. Biggest thing, without communication, nobody knows what the RCMP does, right? So we need to improve our communication. One of them is attending meetings. What I put in there is also our communication within the coffee talk, as well as the other news agencies like Moose FM and our own radio station here. So we've already got, I skipped ahead, sorry. We did have 24 school patrols up to this date for the first quarter. The attending meetings, we're hoping to get, we had 80 last year. We're going to keep that as 80. We felt that was a pretty good number to achieve. We have 33 meetings already this year. We will likely surpass the 80 meetings from last year. Our victim services referrals, this is really important because of the violence that we've been seeing. There has been a bit of an increase in the violence within the community. And can't say exactly as to what. We can probably suppose as to why that's happening, but I can't say without having numbers in front of me. So we want to keep track of that. We have this quarter already, or the first quarter already, we've had 28 referrals. We're anticipating that the number from 80 that we had last year of 83 will likely go up to 100. We think it will get up to that point. We are doing a lot more communication with our community members about the benefits of speaking with victim services and how they can refer out to our other programs that we have within the community, outside as well as outside of the community, including Dawson Creek and Prince George. So for our human resources right now within the detachment, we are currently sitting with 2 hard vacancies, and what that means is that people that are actually not in the detachment, they've been transferred out. And then we have 1 soft vacancy, which is someone who's on mat leave or who is being seconded to another unit. or possibly just on sick leave. And we have one current staffing action where they will be leaving our detachment very shortly within the next 10 weeks to 3 months. There is a possibility we'll get that backfilled with one experienced member, which has 2 years service. So we're really excited to hear about that. Really good member. Very excited. So currently we have 1 detachment commander, 1 NCO, 5 general duty investigators, and 1 Indigenous police officer. Sorry.
Any questions from council or Sergeant? Good, Councillor Ward.
Thank you. I just think it'd be a really good idea for the public to hear how they can communicate with the riders. A couple of things you mentioned was that, are they aware that they're not actually allowed to drive on the roads or without helmets, etc. Maybe if you could just review those important facts that maybe the residents can share with the riders.
Oops. So just to confirm there, you're asking the information should be broader than just the schools, more into the community. One way that we can do that, and it is a good idea, is putting out through Coffee Talk. So we have put out the one media release about 2 weeks ago, where it was in response to an accident that did happen, of allowing people to know that they need to be safe and that it is actually an offense to be riding on the highways. This is part of our communication. We would like to get more into the Coffee Talk and try to get in there more of a consistent manner of giving more information out there. But yeah, absolutely. We are looking at, like, this is what would happen if you got caught by the police riding your unlicensed motorcycle without a helmet. So if you are riding your unlicensed motorcycle, it will be seized. Then you have to bring it out. Your parent or you will have to go to the impound lot, pay for the tow of that vehicle plus the impound. Plus you get a ticket for if you're not wearing a seat, if you have no insurance, which is almost $600 for not having insurance on a roadway. And if you don't have a driver's license yet, you will have a driver's license number. So it doesn't matter if you're 7 years old or if you're 17 years old just with your learner's license. If you're 7 years old, you will get your driver's license number. And when you go for your driver's license test, you will have a number that's nothing like your friends' numbers. Okay, nobody really wants that either, right? Without a helmet, it's so hard to even discuss some of the things that we have seen and how easy it is. A bad thing could just happen. I don't care how experienced you are. I don't care that you have 4 wheels on the ground when you're riding a quad. Bad things happen at the most inopportune time, right? So yeah, we can definitely talk about that and put in what could be the consequences should you be caught by the police. Also stunting, that's another big thing, right? So stunting is in the Motor Vehicle Act. We can seize your vehicle for 7 days, whether it's a licensed or unlicensed vehicle. So that includes, when you rev it up really high and let the tires go and you've got your brake on and you can see a whole bunch of smoke and you're basically burning money away on your tires, right? That is stunting because you have no control of that. People think you have control. It doesn't take much to lose control of that. The starting off and just revving up as fast as you can until you can hit speed, that is also stunting. So it doesn't matter that you haven't sped. It's the fact that it's not in a controlled manner, right? So that's another concern that people should be aware of when they're making these decisions of trying to have fun or be funny. So.
A few minutes. Okay, not hearing any. Thank you for that. For safety reasons, yes, you bet about the helmets. So that's very important for everybody, not only the kids, right up to adults when they're riding. Sure. Thank you, Sergeant.
Thank you. 1 second can change the rest of your life and your families, right? So thank you.
This goes a great segue to what we're doing now, and we're going to move on to the volunteer fire department presentations of service, which is very important to everybody in this community. It's always been my passion to thank the person that's going to save my house, save my family, save my my belongings. So it's always important for me to acknowledge that these people that volunteer their time, their lives, they put their lives on the line. That is quite important, and we just finished talking about one safety item, moving on to another one, which is great for any community to be safe. And I'd like to congratulate all you fellas and all the girls that do, ladies that do go volunteer in any part, but especially in the fire department, where we know it's very vital to us, very, very vital to what we do in small communities and bigger communities. And while you're here, I'm going to stand up in 30 seconds for the firefighters we've lost in BC. If you want to join me, we'll do that right here. Hi, hi. Okay, let's get on with it. We've got some stuff to give out for years of service. We'll do that right now. So 25 years of service, 25 years in artists, quarter percent. So anytime we do services like this, very important for us to acknowledge and make sure that take up. It's very important that thank you for your service. This one is to the end of life for the 25 years. Thank you very much. And we continue with the service awards, recognition. We'll go to George, 30 years. Thank you for the service, George. Yes. That was
Thank you.
And another 30-year recognition award to Randy Washington. And he's around?
Lorraine isn't here.
Okay. I'll corner him and we'll get one of these to taser him, throw him in the thing when we find him, and then we'll come and give him his award. Right, so 30, man, I can't even say that, 40 years, right? Is that 50 or 40?
40.
Thank you very much. Thank you, gentlemen.
Mr. Mayor, can we get a picture of all three with you, please?
Oh, sure, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Nice. Everybody look out. There we go. Thank you very much.
So you got this one, Eleanor?
Must be a metal in those. I think so.
Wow. Over 100 years. You have 230s and 40, 125 years. Like, imagine.
What was it now?
Mhm. Okay. On we go. Bylaws. District of Chetwynd Animal Responsibility Amendment Bylaw number 1165 2023 requires adoption.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Any discussion on it? All those in favor? Carried. Committee reports. Quite summary. Yep. Mayor hasn't got nothing to talk about this time. So, go ahead.
Thank you. Got back in the swing of things, the last couple of weeks with meetings, with Chetwynd Public Library Board meeting August 22nd. The new library occupation date has been moved to November the 1st, 2023. So keys will be in hand and the moving should be happening on that date. The furniture is currently being purchased. And the library's project to digitize their archives, which we voted to support 50% of the project, has received grant approval from the PRRD in the amount of $26,218.56. This is the other half of the funding required for the project to proceed. And the library board is very grateful to the PRRD as well as the District of Chetwynd for the financial support on this project. Seniors Housing Society AGM, August 23rd. Carl Rose will continue as president, Lou Serreris as vice president. Trudy Tackleberry has been promoted to manager of both Serreris Place and Little Prairie Haven. There are currently 4 vacant units at Serreris Place. The new manager has stated that there are 2 items on her wish list for the facilities, being an ice maker and a water cooler, and the donation of these items from our community members would be welcome. Thank you.
All right, to accept reports, or do we have any questions for Councillor Nelson? Not hearing any. Accept report.
Motion to receive.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor? Carried. Correspondence. I gotta thank you. Thank you so much, District of Chetwynd, for your generous donation in helping with travel costs to the provincials in Nanaimo. CSS Senior Girls Basketball. So we'd like to say you're welcome. Okay. And I don't see any other correspondence, information items, reports to action. Do we have to accept the correspondence? Again?
Yes,
Yeah.
sorry, we need a move and a seconder for yes.
I'll make the motion to accept the correspondence. C1. I'll second.
All those in favor? Carried. Okay, reports for action, RA1.
I'll make the recommendation that pursuant to section 498 of the Local Government Act, RS 2015, District of Council of the District of Chetwynd give notice that it will be receiving an application from Dana Wilfer requesting approval of a development variance permit application to allow a 30 by 40 garage to be built next to his house. The maximum square footage of the garage as well as the height and width of the garage on lot 2, District Lot 398, Peace River Regional District, Plan 25063, 5309 Hillside Avenue, Chetwynd, BC, and that administration be directed to advertise to a public input opportunity with respect to the above application be scheduled on October 3rd, 2023.
Mr. Mayor?
I need to confuse myself.
I need to recuse.
Yes. Okay, second. Okay. Discussion on it? Go ahead, Councilor Ward.
Is it standard practice that I guess we're not actually voting on this, but that he will be giving notice? Yeah, we normally,
Well, normally what we do is council approves it in theory, like the concept, and then we go to the chance for public input. It's not unlike this first, second, and third reading of a bylaw. We're announce an intention, we allow the public input, so his neighbors can say, I support it or I don't.
Mhm.
And then we vote on whether or not we allow him to build it. Does that make sense?
yes, thank you.
That's
Also, is this much different than a typical variance permit? Have we seen this type of variance permit before?
We see these similar to this fairly regularly. The last one was on the Cemetery Road over by the museum, where a homeowner might wish to place a garage or a shop on their property, but slightly not where normally would be. So part of the process too is we'll send registered letters to the neighbors around Mr. Wolfer and make sure that they don't have concerns with it, getting too close to their property or blocking a view or that kind of thing.
Thank you.
And I believe we had one where can't be in front, right?
Yeah.
That was one of the stipulations. I mean, one of the variances. Councilor Nelson?
I'm always such a big supporter of new development in town. I guess the fact that the only concern I would have would be about the neighbors, because they're the ones that really would be carried. And you've stated, Steve, that you do send out registered letters, yes?
Yes, we as well as publicly advertising for the input, like you'll see it in Coffee Talk. We as well will send a registered letter to all of his neighbors to just ensure that they're aware of it. Oh, and Dan just pointed out too, it goes into the Dawson Creek Mirror as well. So we do advertise, it'll be on our website. We advertise it fairly healthily, I would say.
And just clarification on the process and like what happens chronologically. So the information gets put out to the neighbors and all of these other media outlets to inform them of the public hearing. Public hearing happens prior to the meeting to which this will be discussed. Is that correct? And then we will vote on after we hear.
Yeah, it's not actually, it's just kind of a point of semantics, but it's not actually a public hearing, it's public input. So what we do is we send out the letters, we request any input from concerned people. And that way they can do it more at their own convenience, at their leisure.
And then do we hear it as council before we completely review this variance?
You would hear any public input before you voted on whether or not to accept the variance.
Staff?
There actually is a copy of the notice that actually goes out as well. It's in the package. So that's the notice that goes out to the public as well as gets sent to all the adjacent property owners.
Councilor McDonald, that's good.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Not seeing any. All those in favor? Carry. Okay, one grab Councilor Smith. Or did she go home? She left. All right, no reports. New business, no new business. Anything from the public? Good. Counselor Smith, can we have adjournment?
Sure.
Since you missed part of the meeting?
Yeah.
Put you on the hot seat.
All those in favor? Let's go home. Good meeting.
The most important thing for us is for kids to feel excited about science, to feel like it's accessible, it's fun, and it's exciting, and that it's not something that you only do in the science lab once a week with one specific teacher. It's something that you do in everyday life with objects around you, and it's something that is fun and inclusive and exciting and brings joy.
Will carry cups around like this, and I would like to be able to carry cups around on a tray like this. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Great. It is. So I think I might need some help for this. Yes, I was thinking maybe.
YMCA of Northern BC is currently seeking passionate individuals to join our team of early childhood educators. Our educators receive competitive wages, extended benefits, paid sick days, childcare discounts, 3 weeks of vacation, and a bonus of up to $1,000. We believe our people are our greatest asset. Join our team and start your exciting and meaningful career today. One team, one mission, endless possibilities.
Which is Red Dress Day, and it's the day to honor our missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls and Two-Spirited people. Red Dress Day was started by Jamie Black. She was hanging red dresses in the trees of her community to represent those that we've lost and to bring awareness.
Is there anyone personally in the community here that we know that we've lost, and like I guess through any of the highways or anything like that? Do you know?
Yes, quite a few, and some very close to our family here at Tansy Friendship Center.
Sorry to hear that. And so have you guys always usually been doing something for it since it began to be recognized?
Yes, we try to make some event in whatever form it looks like each year here at Tansy. In the past, we've done drumming on the front stairs. I think this was our first year for a long time doing the walk.
Why did you guys choose to do the walk?
This year we chose to do a walk because we were thinking of different ways to make awareness, have our voices heard, and actually Jeanette went to training and learned how to make that big banner that you saw. So we put all the stories, which are the words, on that banner, and we wanted to show the whole community.
Okay, and then tell me about the small little dolls.
Oh yes, the Faceless Doll Project. So that was actually started by the Native Women's Association of Canada in 2012. Now back in 2012, there was an estimated 600 women and girls missing across Canada. Unfortunately, we don't know the accurate number, but we're looking at over 4,000. So the dolls represent these women who have become faceless victims of crime, and no two dolls are the same, and each one is a story. It's a statistic.
And did the community sort of partake here to make their own doll?
We did. We sent some kits out to our schools in the community. We showcased them at 10 businesses across the town. We got close to 200, which was really amazing.
question. You asked me, is it fine to cry over nothing? It is! I'm breaking down. Walks me down the aisle. My mother starts to cry, but I can't see cause Link and I are French kissing. Listen, I can hear the bell. Pair of new shoes with matching laces.
Permanent box at the sheep's head races.
Strawberry on rye with a sour pickle. My personal buzz on a wooden nickel. Look at me, I'm the king of New York. Suddenly, I'm respectable, staring right at you, lousy with stature, knowing with all the marketing box.
July 16th was a day filled with smiles, free food, and public arrests. All for a good cause, of course. The annual Cause for Cancer Jail and Bail was in full swing. Constable Lennon Cruz, the organizer of the event, gave us a little history.
So this event got started by Leo Sobolski, and it's been running in Chetwynd for a number of years. I can't tell you how far back, and it was something that he loved, and he just loved providing, being a sponsor for Cops for Cancer and cancer research for children.
This year hit a little closer to home since the original event organizer, Leo Sobolski, tragically passed away from the disease earlier this month. We spoke to Constable Cruz and Peace FM's very own Peyton McCulloch about Leo and his immense impact on the community.
Yeah, so Leo is a great person. I know this community loves him, and I think he's going to be missed. And he's a great promoter of this event, and just a great person. I know for myself, he got me trained as a Zumba instructor, and that was something that he wanted to bring Zumba to his community, and he just everything that he did, the guy didn't know how to say no, so no one can say no to him because he just found a way to get it done. So even in doing this event, everything that I had to put together, from getting donations from Fresh Mart and IGA, and so everybody that has contributed, I'm really thankful for everything that's how the community's come around that. And Leo has been a big part of that because this is being done in memory of him.
Leo Sobolski was a huge person in my life, got me this job here at Peace FM, and has also helped me get into college, so I owe him a lot in my life. And even though I weeded his garden and his weeds were about my height for multiple days and grabbing dog poop and the stuff that I did, it was worth it, and I get to do this awesome job that I get to be on television and doing radio. It's, I think, the best thing to do.
He was the council.
Baron Alan Coutrie participated in the event. He even had chains wrapped around his neck. He explained the reason he wanted to be arrested was to remember Leo and participate in something greater than himself.
Because the prospects of Chetwynd look really good, and the great cause is for Cops for Cancer. And right now we're being touched by the community, by our great friend Leo Sobolski, who succumbed to cancer. And this opportunity for me to contribute by participating in something that's greater than just myself. I really appreciate people that go out of their way to support these things, and I'm just a small part of it. I'm nothing more than just a person like everybody else, and this is why I do stuff like this.
Chetwynd may be a small community, but the people were more than ready to open their hearts and their wallets for this event. Whether it was participating in the jail and bail, donating money for bail, or just hanging out and having a good laugh, it's clear to see that this year's jail and bail was a huge success.
The Lion Inn and Suites and the Red Lion Restaurant are independently owned and operated by Ken and Lily Chan. With daily, weekly, and monthly rates, the Lion is perfect for visitors to stay one night, a few days, or for the duration of a job in the Peace region. As a guest, stay in one of our 19 modern suites with brand-name mattresses, fully equipped kitchens, exotic hardwood flooring, and coin-operated laundry machines. Enjoy all the amenities of home. Have a little time to relax? Each one of our suites includes a giant flat-screen TV, complimentary cable television, and free internet access. The Lion Inn and Suites is wheelchair accessible and staff is on duty 24/7, providing round-the-clock security. So, for your next getaway, come experience our brand new luxury suites. For reservations, call 250-788-9990. Reserve online at thelionsuite.com or email thelionsuites@gmail.com. 5132 46th Avenue Northwest, Chetwynd, BC. The Lion Inn and Suites, your executive home away from home.
While many kids may or may not realize it right away, this stage of their journey is crucial. It's at this level where they can begin to develop the type of habits that will determine if this sport will become a lifelong hobby or a professional career.
Who's usually the fastest?
Easton.
I hear you're fast, man. Is that true? Why are you so fast?
While having a winning mentality and being fast are great building blocks to a rider's success, every now and then, every sport sees an athlete whom God has also gifted with vision.
Take me through the track. What do you remember of the track?
The starting line, you go the straight stretch, a corner, little straight stretch, corner, straight stretch, corner, table, corner, table, table, corner, single, triple, single, corner, tabletop, straight stretch, corner, table, tabletop, corner, step down, whoops, step up, corner, triple, corner, finish line.
Well, I don't know as it is really a band, but we just get together and play together. Anytime when people would come over to visit, we would just pull out the instruments and start playing. Dad would be on the fiddle, Joanne on the piano, Levine on the guitar, I was usually pretty small then. So anyway, Clem, he learned to play the piano and, well, he plays lots of things. Yeah, no, whenever we get together, it's just always been music. There's nothing like music. Life wouldn't be the same without music.
Yeah, hanging on the wall, way up high. Panties ranged in color and size. Oh, bargain shop panties.
Bargain shop panties!
Oh, bargain shop panties.
Bargain shop panties!
So lovely, so divine. I buy 'em all the time. My bargain shop panties. Now I like how they look, and I like how they feel. I bet you $1 I'll get one heck of a deal. Oh, bargain shop panties.
Bargain shop panties!
Oh, bargain shop panties.
Bargain shop panties!
So lovely, so divine, but I buy 'em all the time. My bargain shop panties. Let me look around.
And we'll go up further. Is just up the hill here is where my grandma Marceline lived, where I lived and was raised. I'm trying to figure out today, I think we moved here in 1960. Everybody, we squatted up here. Nobody owned their properties. My grandma, for extra dollars, she used to make hides every day. All my life, I could remember her making hides. As you can see on the one video, this is what she did for extra dollars.
That's what they
Hi, I'm Jillian McDonald, local Tim Hortons owner for Chetwynd. And it's Camp Day, and all of our proceeds from hot and iced coffee go to the Tim's Foundation camps. At the restaurants locally, we're doing a bunch of different incentives. Pick a sucker for a chance to win a prize. We are doing Toss a Toonie for prizing, as well as selling Camp Day bracelets and Camp Day socks. So in the 30-year history of Camp Day, we have nationally raised $225 million and helped send over 300,000 kids to camp between the ages of 12 and 16. Come on down to your local Tim Hortons, or if you're in Chetwynd, come see us. We have police officers washing windows in the drive-through lane, which is always a fun time. Please come and help us send a kid to camp.